Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to JoyNews today. We're coming to you live from our studios in Kokomlele. We're on DTT because we're free to on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 125. We are your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Coming up this afternoon, father of 9 among 19 persons who died after their dialysis unit of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital closed its doors to outpatients. Over 4 million cedis debt. We will hear from his wife, who says financial constraints forced him to undergo 1 out of 3 dialysis sessions weekly. More as the Minister of State at the Finance Ministry says it is unacceptable for Ghanaians with kidney failure to go through what they are experiencing.
I believe that when I come back to you on Monday, this will not be an issue for conversation.
Yeah, so we are getting to the weekend. We will see what we can do.
Also, President Akufo-Addo and the NPP Council of Elders in a closed-door meeting, all 4 presidential aspirants of the party. We are live at the Aliza Hotel for the latest regarding that meeting ahead of Saturday's crucial Congress, which is set to decide the fate of the party in the lead up to the 2024 elections. Also, chiefs and people of Jangan community threatened to boycott political activities in the lead to the 2024 elections if government fails to complete the 25.7-kilometer road project which connects the town to the municipal capital. We have details of all of these, plus business, sports, world news, and showbiz coming up. We're also live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at JoyNews on TV. My personal handle is @Denana Aisha. Please stay for details. All 4 aspirants in the NPP flag bearership race are currently locked up in a closed-door meeting with the highest decision-taking body of the party. The president, Nana Akufo-Addo, is also part of this crucial meeting, building up to the Congress this weekend. Samuel Mbura of our political desk is at the Aliza Hotel. He joins us for details. Mbura, this is a closed-door meeting, and obviously the media has not been allowed to take part. But what have you gathered so far from your sources?
Front are currently before the Council of Elders. That's being chaired by Owusu. The president is also here, and the vice president, we know obviously he is an aspirant, so he's also part of the meeting here at Aliza Hotel. So it is a very crucial meeting ahead of the Congress in November. That's just this Saturday. So the main agenda for the meeting is to set out modality. We know that has been the convention that before they have a Congress or a conference, the National Council and the Council of Elders, first of all, have a conference or a briefing with the aspirants towards ensuring that there will be a peaceful and transparent election. So the main agenda is to hear the concerns of these aspirants and also see how they can resolve the issues going forward into the Congress. So they say they don't want what witnessed at the delegates conference to recur, a reason they want to engage them, so they'll have a proper appreciation of their challenges, and then if they can within the shortest time resolve them before they get into the election, they will do that. That's why the president himself is here with all the people who matter in the NPP coming to be part of this all-important meeting with the aspirants. So all 4 aspirants are before the big wigs of the NPP, and the meeting is currently underway. So it is after this meeting that the chairman of the party and his general secretary, Justin Trifon-Kwedia, will come and address the media on the details of the modalities that will be reached by this from this meeting.
Samuel Mbura with that detail from the meeting, closed-door meeting with all 4 aspirants for the Saturday flag bearership race of the NPP. Definitely will bring you more from this meeting in our subsequent bulletins. But let's stick with the NPP because the search for who leads the party is gradually coming to an end, with barely 2 days for the over 200,000 delegates across the country to make their final decision. The NPP is in a desperate search for a candidate with a political clout to attract voters in breaking its much anticipated 8 in 2024. Today on your election headquarters, our attention is on that one candidate that has been described by delegates and party bigwigs as formidable and capable of leading the party to victory. Samuel Mbura once again.
He defended his party at the time the country was sitting on political tenterhooks following a lawsuit after the 2012 general elections. He displayed intelligence, grit and honesty before the Superior Court of Justice.
It's what you're doing. There is an error, but there's no dishonesty. If you want to be honest with the court, let us put down my analysis. If you are not afraid of the truth, let us put down my analysis and show me one repeated polling station in my analysis. If you are afraid of the truth, then of course you will hide behind these exhibit numbers.
President Akufo-Addo recognized in him a dedicated and principled individual, embedding his name among the honest and intelligent men in Ghana's political history. It's for these reasons that he selected him against all odds as his running mate and subsequently the Vice President of the Republic. Former Mayor of the Greater Accra and current member of the Council of States, Ejiri Stanley Blankson, strongly corroborates the attributes attributed to Dr. Bawumia by the President. Is willing to go to greater lengths to defend Dr. Bawumia's integrity.
I have worked with him for a while, and I can tell you, if there is a guile tone, and I said, look, the people called me that I should put my neck there, I would tell them that if it is for Bawumia, I will do it.
According to him, Dr. Bawumia has the endorsements of the Council of Elders of the NPP to lead the party.
I can say this without fear, that about 92% of my colleagues at the Council of State are supporting Bawumia.
A prominent figure in Ghanaian politics, Ama Bami Buzia, sister to former Prime Minister Dr. K. Buzia, and a Council of Elders member, also sees in Dr. Bawumia the qualities of a true leader.
Not because he calls me mommy that flatters me, but all the qualities, because of my brother, I have a little bit of experience in politics. And all the qualities I look in a politician for, to me, he has it.
She is so committed to his cause that not even a wheelchair could prevent her from casting her vote in his favor.
They said, when they saw me because of my problem, they said, oh, we thought we were going to do proxy vote. I said, no, I want to make sure that I put my own thumb on his face. I'll go. I know he's going to win. Maybe between 85 to 90%. I know he's going to win.
Dr. Bawumia is the son of a prominent northern Ghanaian politician, Mumuni Bawumia, who played a significant role in the formation of the New Patriotic Party. Samir Wuku, campaign coordinator for Dr. Bawumia, hopes that the tireless effort by the father of Dr. Bawumia and himself to the party will be rewarded by the delegates.
In the next few hours, we should be electing the leader of our party and a potential president of our country. And I think that the spirit of the NPP, may the spirit of our forefathers also be kind to him.
No account of Dr. Bawumia's political journey is complete without acknowledging the support of his wife, Second Lady Samira Bawumia. She has at any given opportunity defended her husband while extolling his qualities that make him the ideal leader for the NPP.
Are we ready for an honest leader? Are we ready for a humble leader? Are we ready for a hard-working leader? Are we ready for a leader who will unify us and not divide us? Are we ready for a leader who will take us to victory, inshallah? Jangan, are we ready for 4th November? Are we ready for 4th November?
Dr. Bawumia's candidacy has garnered widespread endorsements across the country, with regional chairpersons leading the charge, promising a resounding victory for him. The Northern NPP caucus has also thrown its weight behind him. Dr. Bawumia passionately asserts that electing him to lead the NPP in the 2024 general election will be no mistake. for he brings invaluable experience to the table.
I've been to every constituency, slept in many constituencies, and I know the ground. So, as they say, follow who know road. Follow who know road. I know the road. And not only do I have the experience, I have the winning experience. We need somebody who knows how to win an election.
The political history of the NPP hinges on the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition. The Dankwa and Buzia faction have already been represented by Nana Akufo-Addo and former President John Kufuor. Could it now be the Dombo's turn with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? The ultimate decision rests with delegates at the NPP Congress. Samuel Mbora, JoyNews.
Meanwhile, the Ashanti Regional Security Council is warning against the deployment of heavily built men and any other private security services to polling stations for Saturday's presidential primary for the NPP. Personal security of various government officials are also banned from accessing the inner perimeter of the polling stations. In a press release, the RECSEG insists security of the polls will be the sole responsibility of the state security. Nana Ojima has a copy of the press release. He joins us with more. Nana, what are the other security measures communicated in this press release? Hello, Nana. Kindly unmute for me. Nana Ojima. So I'm asking what the other security measures are that has been communicated in the press release. There seems to be a challenge with connection with Nana Ojima. We'll definitely bring you more from the press release that has been released by the NPP, the Ashanti Regional Security Council, warning against the deployment of heavily built men and other private security services to polling stations for Saturday's presidential primary of the NPP. Do we have Nana Ojima back? Nana Ojima, if you can hear me, what are the other security measures communicated in the press release?
So the release issued by the RECSEC in Ashanti region is signed by Regional Minister and Head of RECSEC, Simon Osai Mensah. Other security measures communicated in the release include 1. Aside bodyguards and ministers, bodyguards of ministers and other government appointees banned from the inner perimeter, they are also not to carry any weapon to the premises itself. Also, motorbikes are not allowed in and around the premises for the election. Items that have the names and pictures of any of the candidates are not allowed in the premises, and delegates shall not be allowed to go into the inner perimeter with their mobile phones. Delegates are also advised to exit the polling stations after they cast their ballots. And the Regional Security Council has put it out there that they are going to ensure that these security measures are adhered to ensure that the election in the Ashanti region is very peaceful.
And how does the Security Council intend to ensure the directive is enforced?
Earlier, the police who are part of the RECSEC assured the public that they are prepared for this and they will do everything possible to ensure that these directives are followed. And also, the RECSEC are also expecting all the delegates to strictly adhere to these directives. They have given the security agencies the authority to deal with any persons who flout these directives. So the regional minister and other members of the Security Council are very working towards that these security arrangements are ensured at the polling stations.
Now, Ojima, with those details from that press release from the Regional Security Council regarding the NPP's primaries this weekend, it has emerged that a father of 9 and a resident of Koligono, Kenneth Quay, is one of the 19 persons who died within 6 months after the Kolibu Teaching Hospital closed the doors of its renal dialysis unit to outpatients. That's according to the Renal Patients Association of Ghana, Kenneth's wife, Mariam Bangura, says financial difficulties forced her husband to go for 1 out of the 3 dialysis sessions he was prescribed to undergo weekly. The renal dialysis unit of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital remains closed over a 4 million cedi debt. The government's promise of settling the debt has not been fulfilled. Listen to Mariam.
He had kidney failure. It became chronic. He was supposed to go for the dialysis treatment thrice, but he went once. His health deteriorated because of that. He became very weak and died later.
The
Korle Bu Teaching Hospital closed the doors of its renal dialysis unit to outpatients, so it was inaccessible for him. He had to resort to a private facility. He was supposed to do it 3 times, but he could only do it once.
46-year-old Gifty Labi, who has kidney failure, told Maxwell Agbagba members of the Renal Patients Association it's now a commonplace for them to discuss who will be the next to die as their condition continues to worsen as a result of the closure.
The most painful one, his name is Charles. But
tell me about Charles.
Charles was a very young, vibrant guy, very handsome. We do send him going to buy food for us. Even when you see, you won't believe he's sick. When there is something, he will be taking care of everything. Even if we are there and we ask the 2 of us, who will go first? Everybody will point to me.
If you say who will go first, what exactly are you talking about?
Like if we are saying who should die, they will point to me, they won't point him because he's young.
You freely discuss that?
Oh, sometimes we do. When we are there, we discuss what happens to us. Oh, today...
This is what you see death approaching?
We see death every day. We see.
How?
Sometimes, you are there, you may be on the machine, you might not know what happened. Your heart can fail you, you can die. It comes with heart and diabetes. So if you have diabetes, if you have heart problem too, it causes your kidney to spoil. So that's it. So it hasn't been easy. A lot of people, a lot of young guys died within this from May to this day.
Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Mohammed Amin Adam, says it is unacceptable for Ghanaians with kidney failure to go through what they experience. And he says the government will find a way to deal with the situation before next week.
It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable that the people of Ghana will go through this. Government does not wish that for the people of Ghana. But you see, Korle Bu is an institution which charges fees for its services. And therefore, we expect that the management will be efficient and government will ensure that Korle Bu management does its work and does its work properly and efficiently.
So that's something you would personally want to take up?
Or it is something government as a whole must be concerned about, and we are concerned about it, and we will act.
So I believe that when I come back to you on Monday, this will not be an issue for conversation.
Yeah, so we are getting to the weekend. We will see what we can do.
Away from that, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration says no diplomatic mission of the Republic of Ghana has been attached to defray the cost of a judgment debt. The reaction comes in the wake of reports that petroleum multinational firm Trafigura is moving to seize and auction some properties belonging to Ghana in the UK. The Ghana International Bank building and other properties are at risk of being sold to defray a $140 million judgment debt awarded to Trafigura. However, speaking in a yet-to-be-aired interview on Foreign Affairs, Ghana's ambassador at large and special advisor to the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Kwabno Dankwa, says the issue will be resolved.
This issue of a judgment debt, my understanding, and I think our High Commissioner in London spoke about it, no diplomatic property is at risk or is being attached. there is a property belonging to probably a state entity or the state, which may be at risk, but even that is being addressed. So,
so what you mean to say is you hide under the Vienna Conventions and simply protect
we're
these
not
assets?
hiding under anything. I'm just saying
that's what you intend to do, clearly.
No. There has been no, and I'm just quoting the High Commissioner because he is there.
Yes.
And I'm saying there has been no indication at all that our diplomatic properties in the UK are at risk. There is a building that is in contention, but even that is being addressed by the state.
How is it being addressed? Are we working to secure it or to make payments so that the assets are not frozen? But these assets belong to the Republic of Ghana, isn't it?
Yes, but this is an issue for the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice, because as you can tell, this is a dispute between the state and a private entity. So, and what I know is that assurances have been given that it will be dealt with.
Meanwhile, Ghana's reciprocal visa waiver agreement has finally set into motion. Per the Memorandum of Understanding between Ghana and South Africa, nationals from both countries have the opportunity to travel to each other's country for up to 90 days within a year. Touching on the latest framework, Ambassador Kwabena Osei-Dankwa says that decision is in respect of fulfilling Ghana's commitment to the African Union's protocol on the free movement of people.
Both governments are invested in it. This is something that has been worked on for some time, and there's enthusiasm for it. I tell you, one of the reasons why it was possible, apart from the fact that we maintain the highest possible relationship with South Africa, is that, and from what I hear, in South Africa, for instance, the reason why other African countries do not have this facility and we do, is that there is a perception of Ghanaians which is positive. You know, whether it's our business people, whether it's our professionals, whether it's our citizens going there, the way they have conducted themselves has been very helpful. Now, don't forget, and I know that the president of Kenya announced yesterday that by the end of this year they're going to do
December.
Yes. Look, the African Union has a free movement protocol, which so far has been signed by 33 countries. Only 4 countries have ratified it, and it requires 15 ratifications to come into force. The reason why the African Union came up with the protocol is that it is, if we want to promote intra-African trade, promote trade and investments.
Away from that, the opening of the lagoon floodgates and the sandbar at Azizaji has commenced to allow the free flow of the lagoon into the sea, mitigating the devastating flooding in the 3 municipalities of Keta, Anglonga and Ketu South. Checks by JoyNews reveals the process, which began a week ago, has been successful in making it possible for the flood waters in the 3 municipalities and even in the 3 North Home district to recede considerably. Ivy Setoji and her team returned to Azizaji in the Keta municipality and has filed this report.
This is the opening of the floodgate here in Azizaji to enable the water or the lagoon to flow easily to the sea. With this opening of the floodgates, it's also making it easy for the waters in the 3 town districts and some other districts that experience the flooding due to the Akosombo dam spillage to recede. So waters in those areas are receding as we speak due to the opening of this floodgate. Now, some people in this area were not happy about the issue. Some went on demonstration. Some agitated that they were not so happy about it because of the past experience. Some 30-something years ago, where a lot of people were drowned due to this particular issue. It happened before, where the floodgates were open and some people were drowned. But the question here is, are they now satisfied? People are still interested in this issue. We'll be speaking with the MC for Kesa, Emmanuel Demega.
Oh, now everything is calm. We can see that we are achieving our purpose for opening the floodgates as well as cutting a sandbar between the sea and the lagoon. We can see that there's a rush of the lagoon water from into the sea, and I'm a happy man as we speak now.
So residents are hoping that what happened in the past will not be repeated or will not happen here.
I'm very much impressed that the water is going straight. Nobody can go inside now. So I have to thank our DC for forcing the community to allow this gate to be open.
We are here this afternoon to erect caution tape here to prevent our members from going near the scene. Because when we are here in the morning, you have observed that the sandbar is curving in. So as people are going to the edge of the sandbar, they can fall into it at any given time, and it will be a problem for the assembly and for our community.
We are watching keenly. We'll give you every detailed report as we started 2 weeks ago. We'll give you more reports as it progresses. And from Azizaji, my name is Ivy Setodi for JoyNews.
From Azizaji to the West Mamprusi municipality, because the chiefs and people of Jangan in that municipality of the Northeast region have threatened to boycott all political activities ahead of the 2024 elections if the government fails to complete the Nasea-Jangan road that connects the town to the municipal capital. The paramount chief of the area, Sonaban Thomas Seidu, and his elders are therefore calling on the president to redeem the promise he made to them during the sword-cutting ceremony for the commencement of the 25.7-kilometer road project.
The 25.7 Jangan Road project in the West Mamprusi municipality was ongoing until the change of government in 2016. The project was swiftly abrogated and re-awarded by the Akufo-Addo administration. In 2018, the president himself came to cut short for the recommencement of work by the new contractor. At a deba in Nasia attended by the chiefs and people of the area, President Akufo-Addo promised them the road project will be completed before the 2020 elections.
So how long are they going to take?
24 months.
From now?
From now. So by 2020, around this time, the work should be completed.
6 years down the lane, the contractor has abandoned the project due to non-payment. Surprisingly, however, the contractor was made to tie a 6-kilometer stretch of the road from Nasia to Nakpayili village and another 1 kilometer to the Jangan town, leaving out a large stretch of 18.7 kilometers of the road in a very deplorable state. The residents say they see it as an attempt to conceal the failure to fix the road. Some commercial drivers express the challenges they face doing business on the road.
We are facing a lot of suffering on the road.
The rains have created a large potholes which are causing our vehicles to break down and hinder the movement of goods and services. We are worried because the contractor has abandoned the project. The project, upon completion, would have opened up and improved access to essential public services and increased livelihood opportunities in several communities in the Jangan zone. Residents of communities along the road have complained that the poor state of the road is affecting their socio-economic activities, whilst others bemoan the negative impact of the bad nature of the road on their farming and trading activities. The paramount chief of the area, Sona Baseidu Nantogma, is displeased about the deplorable state of the road.
Now it's getting worse. The road, even say what they call us a meeting at the road. Before you get to Nasia, you spend about so many hours on the road. You can't go. Our market cars, some of them are having an accident on the way. Most of the cars have got an accident because of the road potholes.
The chief also described as shameful the failure of the president to fulfill his promise to ensure the completion of the road by 2020.
Because the president of the whole country come and cut a short for some place to do, and it doesn't work. It's a shame. And here is their strong place that they used to help them to win the Walwali seat. So all the boys are telling me they will deny this year. They will deny it.
Elias Sutanko reporting for JoyNews.
The resilience of Lake Bosum, the biggest natural lake in West Africa, is at risk of climate change and other human activities, according to research by scientists from the University of Energy and Natural Resource. Based on the 1986 baseline study, the research discovered a sharp decline in water levels, reduction in size of the lake, and decline in fish population. In this special feature, my colleague Ohemen Terry reports residents along the lake are worried over the findings of the research and want immediate actions to save the lake.
Believed to have been formed by a falling meteorite, Lake Bosum measures about 8 kilometers in diameter, covering a surface area of about 52 kilometers. The lake has since 1.2 million years ago seen its depth decrease from 800 meters to 78 meters maximum, currently with the surface area reduced from 52 kilometers in 1986 to 46 kilometers in 2020. Fish stock has over the years reduced, resulting in few catches for communities along the lake, whose mainstay is fishing. The development has forced many residents to divert to crop farming, which involves clearing the lake's forest cover. The use of weedicides and pesticides also pollute the lake's environs. 77-year-old Patrick Elliott Owusu is one of the worried residents seeking answers to the warming and shrinking of Lake Bosum.
Some years back, about 25 years ago, the whole of this area was part of the lake. So, as we see it yourself, the lake is going back, it's receding.
This used to be the landing area for boats plying on the Lake Bosum. But with time, the water has receded, leaving this natural land in between the landing area and the lake.
Sediments, including organic matter and silt, associated with human activities and erosion, are said to have built up underneath the biggest natural lake in West Africa. Dubbed Building Resilience of Lake Bosum to Climate Change, scientists from the University of Energy and Natural Resources, in partnership with their overseas counterparts from 3 institutions, are seeking to build the lake's resilience.
We don't know the current and the future consequences of this for the people and also for the lake itself as a biosphere reserve. So that is the reason why RELAB came in, to understand to what extent climate is having an impact on the lake and the lives of the people, and how the people are also responding to the changes and what are the consequences of that response.
The researchers the size of the
Well, information reaching JoyNews indicates a Kolebu renal dialysis unit has been opened. This is according to the Ministry of Health. We're trying to raise a public relations officer, Isaac Ofeba, who will be telling us more about this. Definitely, when we return from the business break, we'll give you more on this developing story.
He will be taking care of everything. We are.
Hello and welcome to the business segment on JoyNews today. My name is Emma Davis. Kia Corporation has signed a memorandum of understanding with Rana Motors to offer technical and skills development training for its workers and other players in the automotive industry. The 2-year training program, which will be executed by the West African Vehicle Academy, will offer employees the environment to acquire the necessary skills and knowledge to excel in the automotive industry. Here's more.
The training program, which has been carried out by the West African Vehicle Academy, will offer several technicians and trainers from service partners and other car makers both theoretical and practical application on workshop floor, classroom and hands-on training on the use of state-of-the-art diagnostics equipment and software. Addressing journalists at the signing ceremony between Kia Corporation and Rana Motors, Head of Ownership Enhancement at Kia Corporation, Wayang Lee, said this partnership symbolizes a significant step towards shared commitment to the advancement of technical expertise in Ghana.
We deliver all our knowledge to trainers, then they will deliver this knowledge to not only their employees but also for the students, for some government institutes. So they will continue this because EV transition will take several years. So we need some long-term strategy to support the successful launch of electric vehicle in Ghana.
Chief Operating Officer of Rana Motors, Kasem Odemat, mentioned that several technicians and trainers stand the chance of benefiting immensely from this initiative.
We believe that training more trainers will also allow us to spread the knowledge faster, but we cannot do that only. Of course, we train our staff, we train people from the Bosch network, we train people from different areas, from Kumasi, from different areas and different regions from Ghana. And of course, we also train a lot of trainers from the vocational training centers across the country, from Tema to Accra, Kumasi, Tamale. We're bringing instructors here, we're giving them the courses, and they go back to their vocational training centers and they give those trainings back.
Delivering a speech at the ceremony, Chief Director at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Patrick Nemo, stated that the MOU will cement government's effort in ensuring Ghana becomes the preferred automotive hub within the sub-region.
Strong local participation in the investment by companies such as Kia, which also have validated our automotive policy as essential for their investment requirements and their future growth. The dealerships arrangements that ensures that when vehicles are assembled, it gets to market.
Lochem Industry Limited, producers of Aqua mineral water and Bell Beverage, has launched the Aqua's mental health campaign dubbed Take a Break. The company also used the opportunity to launch a new bottle with the mental health logo on it. This, according to Lochem, is to create awareness of mental health-related challenges. According to its marketing manager, Magnus Day, the campaign is part of giving back to society.
Is the official launch of Bell Aqua's mental health campaign, which is dubbed Take a Break. We actually saw the need for a mental health campaign because the statistics worldwide is becoming scarier and people are not confronting the issues as they are supposed to. There's a lot of stigma around mental health issues. So Bell Aqua thinks that this is the time to act and have a conversation. Going for screening, going for therapy is foreign even to us as Ghanaians. So we want to open our doors we want to create awareness and educate us that as important as it is to take care of our bodies, making sure that we are well clothed, we are looking good, our minds even more importantly or most importantly need the care. So we need to care for our minds, and because the mind affects every other part of our bodies. So that is why Belacqua is starting this mental health campaign, because we contribute to the overall well-being of Ghanaians. And we know that when people have to take a break, it usually begins with a sip of water, and that is Belacqua mineral water. So we decided to put this together. It's going to be a long campaign spanning many years.
That's all for business. My name is Emma Davis. For more business news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. Up next, it's sports.
Let's do sports now on JoyNews today with me, Muftau Nabila Abda. Legon City's Ghana Premier League team. 8 players and officials were attacked by armed robbers on their way back to Accra following their 3-0 loss against Samatex on March the 8th in the Ghana Premier League. Communications Director of the club, Kwame Jumo, has been explaining what transpired when they were on their way back to Accra.
So I can confirm to you that that's what exactly happened early this morning, somewhere around a town called Twaso. We got in there and it appeared that there was a bit of a police barrier of a sort, because normally when you're traveling at night or at dawn, you normally come across these barriers all over some of these places. So we thought it was a situation like that. We realized that a number of cars had been stopped, so we assumed that it was something similar to that kind of thing, only to realize that these guys were bandits. A few more guys emerged from the bushes by the roadside, got all the players to come out of the bus, got us down, pointed guns at the players and officials of the team. They went into the bus, took what they want. I've given you a list of some of the things that they have taken from the team. Got in there, took what they wanted. After that, they just got back to the bushes and disappeared again. It was a harrowing sight, but thank God everyone is safe. We're back to Accra now, and we'll make the necessary report to the right authorities, and then we'll take it from there.
That's your sports for now. We do have more sports stories on myjoyonline.com. The news continues with Aisha Hibayan.
Time checkout was making headlines elsewhere, and the boss and 3 other officials of an Indonesian firm whose cough syrup was linked to the deaths of over 200 children have been sentenced to jail. They were handed 2-year prison sentences and fined 1 billion Indonesian rupiah. The firm, Afriyie, was accused of producing cough syrups containing excess amounts of toxic substances. The company's lawyer said they denied negligence and the firm was considering whether to appeal. The public prosecutor said that between October 2021 and February 2022, the company received 2 batches of propylene glycol, which is used for making cough syrup. These batches contain 96% to 99% ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol is toxic and used in paint, pens, and brake fluid. That does it for World News. Up next is Showbiz.
Well, you're welcome to it. It's Showbiz, and let's get talking on awards. So, at the AMA Awards, which marked the 19th edition of the African Movie Academy Awards in Nigeria, Ikeja, Lagos, there was only one Ghanaian nomination, and he won. And it was an animation. His name is Francis Y. Brown. And when he started his acceptance speech, he started speaking Fanti. Well, Dorian Avio got in touch with him and had a conversation with him. And he said he only spoke Fanti because it is celebrating our culture and he didn't want to lose the entirety of the culture, Ghana. And also, the fact that he won is a good representation for Ghana on the African front when it comes to films.
It is my honor to present this
Yes, so it was very funny. I intentionally did that because I needed to get that impact. And for us to also be aware that our language is very, very important. And for us to always say that we need to be authentic Africans, it means that our language shouldn't die. A lot of local languages are dying, and we are trading it off for foreign languages. And this is a major issue because once you sell off your language, it means that you're giving off your power. Your bargaining right is gone because you have to learn someone's language to be able to talk business or anything like that, you know. So I was very happy to hear them quiet in the room, but when I started speaking English, they got it. Yes.
Did you come here with the expectation of winning this award?
No, I came here with an open mind. I didn't come here with any type of expectations because the other nominees are very strong as well. But for sure, I know the quality that we produce from our studio at Animax FYB Studio. So definitely when it comes to storytelling, when it comes to production value, I know what we are capable of. So yes, I'm happy that we won.
And that was Francis, so excited about his win with Jubari, title of the animation. Well, let's still stay in Nigeria. And Osita Heme, who is popularly known as Popo, has come out to say that before Mr. Ibu's ailment became public knowledge, he had been rendering his support. And Mr. Ibu has undergone 5 successful surgeries, and his colleagues in the industry are actually calling for help for him. Well, Osita Heme told our interview in Ikeja at the Balmoral Convention Center, where the AMAS was held, that yes, he's been rendering his support and he's still giving support to Mr. Ibu.
Yeah, sickness is something that can come and before anybody. So that is not where it's not a new thing. Anybody can fall sick at any time. But we thank God that for life, at least keeping us for life. If he's not well today, tomorrow will be fine. So by God's grace, he's receiving treatment right now. By God's grace, he'll still be fine.
Is there any way you've reached out to him or his family?
Definitely. Before then, I've been talking to him one-on-one. You know, the sickness is not something that just started today. It's been long. So since then, we've been talking on it. Yeah.
Any projects coming up?
Yeah, sure. A lot of projects coming up, personal project, and also the one for the public.
And that is all time will permit us here on Showbiz on Joy News today. The name is Ibrahim Ben Bako. Aisha, back to you.
And my name is Aisha Ibrahim. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and updates of all the developing stories. So enjoy the rest of our programs.